Was your plan with the draft always the same, or did it change?
I was really, I guess, ignorant to like that process. I signed up for stuff for sophomore year, so
Signed
in
up for
my
class?
head, like I was coming back to school until I realized like what was what. Like I had never seen a mock draft until like probably had one game left in the Big Ten season, and I was like, oh, it came up on the TV like in our, and it was me and Miles was on there, and I'm looking at Miles, I'm like, well, I know you're leaving because you did this again.
Yeah.
But me, like, because he just did it again. So I'm thinking like, oh, I could do what you did or something like that. And then Iz was like, nah, get out.
So he was like, you got to go.
Oh yeah, no, he thought it was hilarious. He thought it was like such a funny thing that I wanted to stay. And then that's how I met Draymond, because I had never talked to him. And then he gets my number from somebody. Some guy just calls me and he's like, how high do you want to go? Like, idiot. Like a bunch of other stuff I can't say. But like, yeah, like, I'm like, what is this guy? Who is this guy? I don't even know this guy. Like it's actually low-key like, all right, like what's up? But I was like, okay. And yeah, I'm out of there.
Do you think with your draft class, if it wasn't for COVID, things would have been different?
As far as where I went, or just like
well, just
the hype
overall,
around the class?
you specifically, but I feel like nobody could do workouts.
It was crazy, bro.
I mean, Ty, that happened with Ty for sure.
Yeah.
Was
he definitely would have been higher.
Yeah, there's probably 5 or 6 people. It's easy to say in retrospect.
Yeah.
But you're also just like, if you don't get to work anyone out, and then you're just basically borderline guessing.
Straight up. I mean, I was climbing like, and I was sitting in my bed, like, you know what I'm saying, doing interviews. Like, I was like, well, I mean, this is good. Cool. Yeah, like, this is good. Because, like, I started out, like, you know, back into the second round. And, like, going in the draft night, we thought we had a chance to go in the lottery. Probably being a little ambitious. But it was like, wow, like, this is a real possibility. But then again, it was like the only 2 teams I worked out for was Detroit and Phoenix. But yeah, bro, it was crazy. Like, I'm basically training. They're like, all right, the draft's been pushed back 3 weeks. Like, all right, cool, whatever. Training. The draft's been pushed back a month. Like, training. The draft is now in November. And I'm like, bro, I'm going home. Like, I went back to Indy for a month. Like, and then I came back down to Miami. I was like, yeah, bro, this is wild. But it was cool. I mean, I was in Miami basically from like April to November. Them there a resident.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, April to November of 2020?
Yeah, whenever COVID was.
You and everybody else.
Yeah, bro. Like I had it too. I had COVID, bro. And my uncle, it was his birthday. Of course, he don't abide by no rules. So we kicking it, you know what I'm saying? And I wake up the next morning with the worst headache ever, bro. And I was like,
no, it's real.
I was like, bro, I must have been so drunk. Like, I got to take him to the airport and we're driving. I'm like, I'm just trying to get there, like get back, take a nap. We got workouts the next day. And like 2 or 3 days go by and I like tap my agent. I'm like, hey, bro, like I think I need to get tested. Like, because we got like 4 or 5 other people that's in the class and I didn't want them looking at me like, we got to back away from bruh. So we go sit in this line, bro. It's like 2 hours in the car.
Oh, you did one of those,
bro.
The real
and they like,
is this in Indy?
This in Miami.
Okay.
Stick my nose out the window. She, you know what I'm saying, gets me right. Go back. And it wasn't for 10 days that I got my results and I was positive, but it was like at this point, it's already been 2 weeks. So like, I hope y'all don't get sick. Like, but yeah, bro, that was crazy. COVID was crazy.
This is the most Miami 2020 story
for sure. It was crazy.
That's right. But did you ever think the Celtics was happening?
No. If you go back and watch the video, I grabbed the Memphis hat. But my agent was, he was terrible. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. My agent was terrible, bro. Like, I found out I was getting drafted on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and So it's like I'm scrolling, like basically it's the end of the first round, bro. And like I'm like, oh my God, Woj just tweeted I'm going to Memphis. So I grabbed the hat. I already got the hat on, and they're like, pick is in. You know what I'm saying? The Celtics. And I got the Memphis hat on, and my people was texting me like, bro, like you're tripping. You got the wrong hat on. No, I don't.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you just
There's
went
no
from,
way.
he said he's sitting in his bed.
There's
I thought
no
I was going to be a late second round pick.
Yeah, bro.
And then he's like, I'm going to go for the lottery.
Yeah.
I
And then
can't.
he's
I don't think I've
It was
ever heard
It was
that.
everywhere, bro. It was everywhere.